Hey guys, it's Weret. Today I am playing a new game. If you've been watching the site, I've been talking a bit about Star Wars Commander, and I picked it up again. I, of course, lost my old account because that was before I had tied it to Google services. But I'd never really got very far on it anyway back then, so not a big deal. But I'm playing again. So this is just a little introduction video of what's going on with the game in 2016. I think it's 2 years old now, maybe? The big news is they recently introduced Squad Wars, which if you play any other of these kind of games, it's basically clan wars, where you and your squad raid the bases of another squad. Whoever has the most stars or uplinks, as Commander calls them, wins. People participate and get a uplink, get a reward. It's basically the same thing. It's not. They do add their own kind of spin on it, where there are these buffs you can capture by raiding certain bases, and once you capture those, you can get buffs. But I'll go over that in another video. So I chose Rebels. In Commander, you can choose Imperial and Rebels, and you can only fight against the opposite side. So that's kind of nice that they stick to the canon and don't have everyone just fighting each other. And the bases are different looking. Like, this is very Rebel-like. I gotta admit, the Imperials look better. But I chose the Rebels mainly because they're so outnumbered, according to the latest stats I saw. So I figured I'd have an easier time finding enemies as a Rebel than I would an Imperial. This base you're looking at is currently level 4. I'm not sure how many levels there are. I think either at least 8. But it kind of follows the normal recipe for these kind of games. You've got your resources, gold and alloy, your gems, your builders. I mean, it's all pretty standard. You got your traps. The traps are cool, though. You see your X-Wings fly down and attack the troops. You have these things called scout towers, which are heroic defenses, basically. They let your base is attacked by NPCs, and you can use your heroes and your base to defend against them, and if you do well, you'll get rewards. Now, the coolest thing that Commander's going for it are the shields, I think. These things are just awesome looking. So they have to shoot. They won't stop people from walking through, but they'll stop energy weapons, and they take down the shield first before they can attack anything inside of it. I think they're just really cool looking. You can upgrade them to be stronger and larger. So that's neat. It has walls. Another difference is you can swap out your turrets. So as you can see, I can put in a regular turret, a mortar, a rocket turret, and then there are these other turrets that you can add. And you don't have to pay full price to swap them in and out. So it provides some customization. And here's where you store your troops. You got your heroes. Each side has their own heroes. So like you start with Chewbacca. You can get Han Solo, Leia, Luke, and then this guy Urkit, I don't know what he's from, R2-D2. So it has a lot of the old characters in it, which is nice. As for someone like me who likes that. Let's see. It has the typical you can find a match, but they have these events that run every week, and the leagues, where you finish determines your reward. So one thing I like is they give out units, so you can get these Rebel Vanguard as a prize depending on where you finish, or you can even unlock it, I guess. I usually finishing in top 10% isn't too difficult. And then you can use these guys, like the Rebel Vanguards, in your battles. And then in between, there's also other objectives where you can win crates that have units in them or resources. So you'll get these objectives to destroy shield generators and things like that. So it provides other things to do in between squad wars and other things like that. Collect my resources here. And they have vehicles, which is also nice. So you can build a speeder, a tank. As always, the Imperial vehicles are cooler because they have like the ATSTs and AT-ATs. That's one thing I miss, is being able to build those. Those things are just really cool to look at. Another neat feature that I can't show right now is there's a day and night cycle that corresponds to your location. So when it's dark here, it'll start getting dark in game, and it just provides a different atmosphere, which is nice. I really like how some games are trying to do little different things than Clash of Clans, but they generally stick to the same formula. I'm looking for somebody to come up with a little better endgame formula, because we have Clash of Clans endgame in a number of games, and I'd like to see something a little different. So that's pretty much it for the introduction. I mean, it's pretty much what you'd expect with Star Wars setting and some interesting differences between the two games. So I'd recommend giving it a shot. The Squad Wars feature is pretty cool and definitely adds something to do other than just raiding and looting enemy bases. All right, see you next time.